Alrighty, we are live. How are you doing, Kat?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been an exhausting weekend, so I'm a little bit tired today, a little bit drained. But
Okay.
yeah, hopefully I'll get some early, I don't know, early sleep tonight.
Yeah, I'm a little tired today too, I have to say. I'm feeling
Yeah,
that. hmm
so we'll just wait. Hello, thanks for joining. Okay, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Chithray. We're Kat and myself are going to be going through the weekly tarot reading, and then of course some live tarots. Whoever wants it. Hello, Christine. Thanks for joining. We're just going to wait another minute just to get a few more people on. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Seemed to be pretty sunny out there. A little bit still on the chilly side, but sunny enough that you could go out for a nice walk anyway.
hmm Yes, it was. It
Okay.
was windy. Really windy today. I could hear the wind
Yeah.
howling.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good evening, Christine. Thank you. All right. I think maybe we'll start with the intros. How's that? I'll let you
Sounds
go
good.
first. Sure.
All right. So, hi everyone. I'm Kat. My company is Well Earth Holistic, and I focus on optimal health for people, pets, and the planet. And I do that through energy healing, Reiki treatments and classes, teaching people how to empower themselves with their own energy, recognizing and healing their energy. I also do I'm a bit of an enthusiast for traditional skills and permaculture. So I do a lot of coaching on how to be self sufficient, grow your own food, and such. And I also am a tarot enthusiast. I read tarot because it's good practice for your intuition. I think everybody should be better acquainted with their intuition.
Perfect. And as for myself, obviously tarot reader. That's why we're here tonight. I do sound healing and energy healing using crystals. Okay, and I think I do want to mention something quickly before we get into the weekly tarot. Kat and myself, well, mostly Kat, because this is her specialty. We're going to be doing another live some point this coming week regarding plants and seeds, and March is coming, and she's going to let us know what we can start to seed indoors and have things ready to go out for the springtime. This is one of her specialties, and I cannot wait to pick your brain on this.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll start. And do you want me to go first, or?
Yeah, well, I'm just quick recap from last week, and I've only got what the cards I pulled. I don't recall what you pulled. But we do have, so last week I pulled the Five of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and Strength. So we'll just go through them quickly one at a time. Five of Swords is about feeling an urge to use manipulation and deception to get ahead, feeling resentful about perceived disadvantages that you might be having. So we were feeling that was being pulled for the collective. And then the Seven of Pentacles, we've had that one come up a few times, actually. It's just showing the collective is working really hard and doing good work, and the work is almost ready to bear fruit, but for whatever reason, they're not harvesting yet. And it was a reminder last week, all work and no play makes you kind of dull. So just a reminder to try to spread out the time. Don't be all about work and no play. And then the Strength was represented by, my deck is a folklore deck. So it uses mythical creatures to represent the archetypes in the major arcana specifically. And the Strength card was represented by the Griffin, which is a hybrid of an eagle and a lion. We know the lion is a staple on the Strength card, but the eagle emphasizes the inner strength, because eagles are known, that's sort of they're the archetype for inner strength. So it was about believing in yourself. You can overcome anything. You've got the skills. So that's what we had last week. And if I recall, Steve, I think you had this. Actually, I remember now. You had the Page of Wands, the Emperor, and the Two of Wands. Or was the Two of Wands first? The Page of Wands was last.
I
Something
think
like
I
that.
want to say the Two of Wands was first. I think.
Yeah.
I could be
So
wrong.
that's your, you're on the precipice of something new and exciting, a new and exciting project. The Emperor. So we were sort of thinking these are new people that are joining the collective that are starting to awaken, because more and more people are awakening every week. That's what it was. And then the Emperor was when you're new to something and you're awakening and you're seeing things that don't make sense to you, you're going to go to some authority figure. You're going to go somewhere to somebody who knows what time it is and can sort of walk you through it. So that was that Emperor archetype. And then the Page of Wands was the messenger of, something new coming, some new project coming, and pages are typically messengers and news and whatnot. So that was
Nice.
last week's read. Yeah. So
All
this
right.
week, you want to tell us what we're doing something a little bit different this week, Steve? Do you want to explain?
I'll let you explain.
You want me to explain?
Yeah.
Okay. Since I'm the Queen of Swords and have the gift of the gab, right? That's my archetype. So this week, what we thought, because we've got our following is growing. It's still a little on the small side. So we thought, instead of trying to read for the whole collective, let's read for the people that actually join the live. So if you're listening to this is your reading and you're meant to hear it, whether you're listening on the live or listening to the recording later. If you felt compelled and drawn to joining us on the live tonight or to watching this recording later on, this reading is for you specifically.
Perfect. Well said. Okay. I see Josie joined as well. Thanks, Josie, for joining. Okay. So I'm going to start off. I'm using the Wandering Star Tarot, and that's what the back looks like. It's beautiful. All right. So the three cards I pulled, the first one is the Five of Cups. Okay. Let me put this closer. The Five of Cups is really, it's an emotional card. You're talking about love, passion, and really it's a water element card. That's what you've got. Now, if you see closely here, you've got three that have fallen or turned over and two that are still upright. So this card, what it's trying to tell you is, you're experiencing some kind of loss, some kind of sorrow, you're feeling down and out, but there's still hope. And that's what those two cups standing up are really referring to. So this could be your partner, your friendship. It could even be a business relationship in a sense. Okay. So really, if you're feeling out about a relationship, give it maybe another chance and see what happens, because there is still some hope for it to change and go in a different direction. The second card I've got is the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands, again, when you think of the Knight and you think of Wands, it is it's a passionate card. This is the typical, knight in shining armor, in the sense of, when it's ready to go to war, they are ready to take charge and they're going to lead the battle. Okay. Now, the Wands is a fire element card, and it really talks about intuition and flow, and having that fire to go forward. So it's almost like, you're going to win. You've got that confidence with the Knight of Wands. Okay. And the next card that comes out is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, really, it's all about the mastery of your trade, your career, again, education. It could be education as well, but it really focuses on money, career, finances. Okay, so you've worked very hard to build that career or that job, and it's getting to the point now where you're starting to reap the rewards. Okay, and then if we look at all three of these together, so what this is really trying to say is, somewhere along the lines this week, you're going to have to let something go. okay, or come close to letting it go, and rethink of a potential direction if you don't want to let it go. You've got the Knight. So that's trying to tell you, hey, you know what? Okay, yeah, there is a different direction we can go. Let's take charge. Let's go. Okay, let's not waste our time, because it's really all about passion and fire and getting things done. And then lastly, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So you're taught it's like achievement. It's a success card. Okay, so whatever is going on right now in the beginning stages is, it might feel a little down and out, but change the course. There is still something there that's going on to be able to push you forward. Use the strength that you have, use the intuition that you have, and then you're going to reap the rewards at the very end. So what did you think, Kat?
Yeah, so the Five of Cups depicts, I think, 3 cups spilled and 2 cups still intact.
Yeah.
So while, yes, there's a loss, there's still things that you still have in your back pocket to be grateful for. So all is not lost. It may seem that way because you're looking at the cups that have spilled and you're ignoring the ones that haven't. So it's a reminder, be present. So yes, you're seeing the loss, but there's also, you also still have things that you should be grateful for. So I find the Five of Cups is a reminder of that. And the Knight. So the interesting thing about court cards, and because we're reading for a smaller audience today, I'm thinking a little bit differently about our court cards, because they can be literal. They can literally represent somebody. So if you're on the live or you're watching this recording and you're a young man under the age of about 30, and this is resonating with you, the card could be indicating it's you that this reading is for in particular, and that you've really got to take note. And it also has the figurative, which is the representing of an idea or a thought. The Knight represents quick action. It represents vim and vigor, and Wands being a fire card, right? So if it's literal, it could represent a young man who's a fire sign, right? So help me out with this, Steve. Sag, Aries,
Leo, maybe. Yeah.
Not great at that. Sag,
Aries, Leo,
and Leo. Is it Leo? Anyway,
Leo's a fire sign.
It could be a young man with a fire sign. It can also be indicative of, I think Wands represents fair-skinned, right? So there's different ways that you can interpret these court cards. So if this describes you, it could be this reading is saying you need to take notice, and then these 2 other cards around you are speaking directly to you. And then the Eight of Pentacles, your hard work is starting to pay off. People are starting to notice what you're doing, right? Like Steve says. And because you're a fire sign, or the Knight of Wands is saying that there's been action that's led to that. So, and it's positive. So yeah, a busy time, but a reminder to, when there's losses, there's always a silver lining to that cloud. So the cards I pulled, and again, interesting, I do have a court card as well. And my court card is the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, represented by one of these mythical creatures from India. I read about her, but she actually represents a goddess that manifests. She's half woman, half cow, half peacock. She has a single peacock feather, you can see. And she is a goddess that will manifest anything you need. You need you need $20. Here you go. You need a jug of milk. Here you go. Like she gives you what you need. And in mythology, she's a very auspicious character. And so what's interesting about the Queen, so the Queen of Pentacles would represent a mature woman, age 30 or over, darker skinned, or she would represent an earth sign. So that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It could be a woman, or it could be a woman who's very resourceful, very materialistic driven, maybe sometimes a little too much, a little bit proud, but a woman who's really good with her finances. So that could be the literal representation of this card. So if you're on this live or you're watching this recording, this could be you. The figurative would be the effective nurturing of your finances, the effective management of your finances. But another thing that I thought was really interesting is that, so this is an earth sign, or this card could be representative of an earth sign. Virgo is an earth sign. We just came out of a full moon in Virgo, and the full moon is a manifestation time. So we have a manifestation card with an earth element attached to it. So this could be talking about, figuratively, could be talking about us coming out of this new moon cycle in Virgo. And it's a significant one because it's the last new moon in the zodiac cycle in Pisces. This is the time we're starting a new zodiac cycle now. So this, if you're watching this, maybe you've just gone through a manifestation exercise. Maybe you've just been, maybe you just went through a full moon piece and you did the whole rigmarole with the full moon. If that's you, then guess what? We've got a couple of really great things are about to start for you. We've got, the first one I pulled was the swords, Ace of Swords. You've got an Ace of Swords, which talks about a new project that is intellectual in nature, communication, maybe political. And then the Wands, the Ace of Wands, talks about a new creative project. So you've got two new fabulous opportunities coming out from this new moon cycle. So I thought this was really, really cool that I pulled two aces right after the manifestation queen and our full moon cycle. So if this is resonating with you, it's a reminder that just the aces are there, meaning the potential is there. But these are both yang energy cards. The other two aces are more yin. They're more receptive, receiving. This is more action, action, action. So you've got to be the one to nurture these. It's not going to come to you because you've manifested it. You still have to do the work and you still have to push forward with these projects. What do you think about those, Steve?
Well, first of all, the cards, they're stunning. Like the artwork is beautiful.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean, you nailed it right on with the queen. The Queen of Pentacles really, and you said it, represents, it's like the motherly figure. So whenever you have a court card, whether it's the page, the knight, the queen, or the king, it really represents a person, place, or thing. And it's very obvious. It's going to be 100% in your face. You're going to know it's going to relate to somebody. Okay, if it doesn't relate to you.
Yeah.
Now, that queen is really, it's the motherly figure. Okay, so she is the independent mom who has earned financial stability and she's able to provide for the family. So again, if you're resonating with that message, or someone that close to you that can resonate with that message, that card, that's where that message lies. Okay, and then you talked about the full moon in Virgo, earth signs, and same with the queen. Great pairing. Okay, and then you've got the two aces that come up. So with that manifestation, whatever you let go and whatever you're bringing in at this point, you're looking at two brand new ideas, because both swords and wands represent new ideas, one in creativity, one in intellect and communication, like Kat had mentioned. Okay, so it's usually, you get one ace, you don't get two. It's very rare that you get two back to back. And I think what this is trying to say is whatever you've manifested for yourself, it's going to be a combination of those two. So whatever you're going to look forward for, it's going to provide that passion, fire, that drive, okay, that you wanted. And it's going to involve either communication and intellect. So almost like, I almost want to say like, what is it, that guy, Tony Robinson or something, like the one that stands on stage and talks about healing and so on, right?
Tony Robbins, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Tony Robbins, right? So somebody who's got that fire, that drive, and is smart and also talented in speaking.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like this is going, right? So yeah, this is it's very powerful what you pulled. Very powerful.
I was just like, well, as I was looking at it and I was considering the meanings, I was like, that's an Earth, that's Virgo, that's manifesting. Oh my gosh, because we did our full moon gathering at the
Yep.
shop.
Yep.
And because I did a deeper, I led the meditation and I did a full on cleanse because again, it's the end of the cycle. Before we can manifest anything new, we need to get rid of the old. It's a new cycle we're starting. Let's clean out all the old energy. And now that we've done that, it's almost like, so if you did that, if you went through that process and you did a full moon ceremony of some kind yesterday and you did some cleansing, you're making way for really effective new projects to kick off. And these are showing a lot of promise, fast moving. These are both fast moving cards too.
Yep.
So the time is really ripe. If you're thinking about starting something new, now's the time to act. So take action, start this week, because it's not, it's a good time to sort of get your planning and whatnot in place for that. And don't wait for the new moon. It's a fresh new cycle. You can start now, start taking action. The cards are saying green light, go.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll move on, and what we'll do is if there's anyone on the live that wants a reading, just put an emoji in the comment box or anything of such, and we will do a reading for you. And as well, just a quick recap. Kat and myself will be doing another live later on this week, focusing on gardening, which is one of Kat's specialties, and we're going to look at what kind of seeds that we can maybe start indoors for the spring, whether that be herbs or other types of plants that we can eventually put on the balcony or in the ground, wherever you live. Okay, so that will be we'll do a post, we'll do a Canva for that, and we will post it ahead of time so everybody will know.
For sure.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Josie, I see your hand waved. Does that mean you want a reading? I'm not sure if it is. Just confirm and cool about this next live that we're going to do. So I'm glad about that. And we'll just wait a second for Josie to confirm.
And if you do want a reading, just a little bit about what you'd like to know, and you don't have to give us all the details as long as we've got something to go on.
Yeah, so Josie did confirm. She got her thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
So let's pull a few cards for Josie and just see what comes up.
2 cards each or 1 each?
Whatever comes flying out. Whatever. Okay, so I just got 2 that came flying. Speaking of which. So let me see what kind of hit I'm getting with these. Okay, so so Josie's saying I'm in a mixed place right now. Work, real estate, health, it's hitting me hard all at once. And that's interesting you said that, Josie, because now it makes more sense for the cards that I pulled. So do you want me to go ahead? Did you get yours, Kat?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Picking. So the first one I pulled is the 7 of Wands, Josie. So when you look at the 7 really is all about challenges. It's about courage. It's about strength. And it's about having that determination that, you know what, no matter what comes your way, because things are coming your way, just exactly what you said, work, real estate, and health. This is a battle card in a sense. Okay. So you do need to stand your ground. You got to fight. Okay, but this card typically means that you become victorious after.
What is it, Steve? Sorry, I missed that.
Sorry, the 7 of Wands.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yep. Determination. Yeah. Sure. Josie, you're being very brave. Good for you.
Yeah. And the next card that came out is the Page of Swords. So the page is, here, let me show you the card first. Okay. The page is like a young, curious character. So there's something that's driven about their intellect and their curiosity. They also have a lot of ambition and charm. So it feels like, Josie, you need to go through this battle first with those 3 things that you mentioned. And then following that, you're going to basically starting a new path when it comes to something to do with your intellect and your throat chakra. So I think what just hit me right now, actually, that I'm saying that, Josie, is this challenge that you're going through is going to give you the strength to speak out. I feel like right now you're stifled. Okay, you're stifled. You can't speak. You're stuck. And going through that battle is going to give you the courage and the strength to be able to free that throat chakra and speak and say the things that you need to say. Okay. So Josie is saying, I broke out into full hives all over body these past days. So absolutely, you're going through hell right now. Okay, that's where this 7 comes in. It's going you have to fight. Okay, it is going to be stressful, no doubt about it. You're going through quite a bit. Fight, don't give up, because the minute you give up, you're signaling to your body that you're letting go. And hell's going to break loose. Okay. And then the page, again, Page of Swords. Swords is cutting like a knife. Okay. So keep that strength up. Okay. And you're going to find that voice that you need to get out. And I think that's going to be really more work related and maybe health related. Okay. That voice that you have. What cards did you pull for Josie?
So before I talk about my card, I want to ask Josie, are you an air sign by any chance? Are you I know Libra, because I'm Libra, and I think Gemini and Aquarius are the other air signs. Are you one of those? I'm just trying to whittle down.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what Josie. Not yet. Josie, what astrological? She's fire. She's Sag.
Fire. Okay. So because I'm thinking, because I also drew the Queen of Swords. So I was thinking, this is either pointing to Josie as a literal, or it's figurative. So in this case, it's figurative because I think because it's not a match for the sign. But the swords are telling me that it's, there's going to be, you're going to need to get creative in how you think about this and how you act towards this. And I'm getting the focus on solutions instead of problems. That's what's coming to me, is that, and the Queen is very adept at that. She's very adept at using adequate strategy and communication to solve problems. But the fact that there's 2 swords and they're both court cards makes me worry that don't make this a fight. Don't make this too much of a, don't fight it. Focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do, and try not to rail against what's not working, but support the outcome that you want instead. There's the 2 swords are just like that. You're really struggling and you're really fighting. You're trying to make an effort and force things, but I don't think you can force this. I think you need to use your savvy. You need to use your strategy and your communication to get you through this. And I think if you do that, you'll be fine. But it's about regrouping, not trying to force outcomes. Try to cultivate successful outcomes, focusing on the solution instead of on the problem. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates.
Yeah, and now that I see your card, you mentioned you pulled another court card that's a sword. Mm-hmm. So what's coming to me is, I think she needs that strength that's naturally inherent in her sign of being fire. So I don't want her to give that up, but we're not saying to battle it out. We're saying stay strong. Okay. And like the saying goes, with the two swords, this is where it's saying work smart, not hard. So use that intellect to get what you need to get by. Keep that passion going.
Mhm.
Don't fight, because you're going to waste the energy that you need to heal and move forward fighting, when really at the end of the day all you need to do is think smart. Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope kind of resonates. You're welcome, Josie. All right, great.
Sometimes when we see court cards like that too, if Josie, if you were an air sign, then it would be more like, okay, so we're seeing your current self as the queen and your past self as the page. Sometimes, depending on how the cards are aspected, it can be interpreted that way. But yeah, in this case, it's more figurative, and it's more about strategy and communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Is there anyone else on the live that would like a reading? If yes, just give us a thumbs up, just like Josie. All right. So as we wait, I think we'll just basically say we will be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, right? That saying, my God, I feel old now.
You're dating yourself there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so 8 p.m. Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. Again, weekly tarot, live tarot. Come join, spread the message, and stay tuned for a little garden live coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Thanks again for joining, and we will post this, and please share. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Good week. Bye.